Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj, and today we have Karen Rudolf with us. Welcome to the show, Karen.
Thank you. Such an honor to be here.
Yeah, awesome. For our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what do you do?
I am a transformational empowerment coach. And what that translates to, in essence, is in the realms of mind, body, spirit, it's holistic well-being because your body is always talking. I have a nursing background and I've taken that and just kept compiling and building on top of it to really support one getting out of their own way to be the best leaders and successful at everything they do. So, or yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Can you tell them who exactly you help and how do you help them?
Yeah, so I say entrepreneurial women leaders, men leaders show up all the time. So I don't turn anybody around away. It's really when you know yourself, you know others. And by knowing yourself, Shakespeare said in 1530 in the play Hamlet, to thine own self be true. Because when you know yourself, you know where your powers lie and where your gifts lie. So it really supports you in moving forward in that realm.
And what do you think? What are the consequences if we don't know ourselves?
Oh, I hate to put it in the realm of consequences, but when you're existing, you're really existing, and you start looping. So it becomes a psychological or a pattern loop where things keep showing up for you the same way and nothing's changing. And it's more the same, which creates frustration and burnout. I'm here to support the people from stopping that burnout before they get to burnout.
Okay, so I'm guessing if people don't know themselves, then they'll just see what others are doing, then just do the same thing, but they don't work for them because everyone is different.
Everybody is exactly. Everybody is different and everybody has a way, shape, and form of doing things, right? They have their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And if you keep following everybody else's, it's going to become more frustrating for you because your body and your mind are telling you this is who you are. This is your identity, but you're resisting it. And what you resist persists.
How do you get got started into this?
How did I get into this?
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, right, as we all have some form of this. So if I go back in time, when I was around 5, 6 years old, I was in grade school, kindergarten, first grade, whatever it was. The teacher gave us spelling words in tile form. And I know here, I don't know if it's a global thing or not, but we have what's called April Fool's Day.
It's
And
global.
okay, see, I don't know. My parents never taught us that. We never practiced April 1st, April Fool's Day. So the teacher gave us tiles to create our spelling words, and I raised my hand and I said, I don't have enough tiles. And she started laughing. And what happens is we have what's called defense mechanisms, right? I didn't know why everybody was laughing at me. And at that young age, my mind, my ego wanted to protect me, that little child, first and foremost. So I made it mean that I must be stupid because when the teacher came to my side and pointed to the blackboard and it said April Fool's Day, I just looked at it blankly. I didn't know what it meant. So as a result of that, I played small for years and years and years. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to answer because I was afraid that people were going to think me stupid because I couldn't relate to that. So we all have somewhat form of something happening, abandonment, not being heard, not being loved. And when we make up these stories to protect ourselves, right? My story was, I must be stupid, I don't know. And it carries over into adulthood. So as a result of that, I went into nursing. And in my nursing career, a doctor had given me a script, a prescription to discharge a patient. And when I looked at the script, I said, the prescription you're giving me is masking the symptoms. Why would you be doing that instead of treating the symptoms? And he got really upset with me, and he basically, in not so many nice words, said to
Hmm.
me, "You could be replaced, and if you don't do your job, do what I tell you," kind of thing. And I said, "What's wrong with this picture? There's something. It wasn't. in my mind as like treat the symptoms. So fast forward, I ended up raising my family. I was blessed to be a stay-at-home mother, and when I went back, got divorced, which was unexpected. And at that point, when divorce hit, I was going to go back into nursing, and I thought, you know, I want to do something different at this stage of the game, which is really going to support people getting to the root cause of their aches. And most times, stress being a number one killer, right? And before stress, after stress, rather, becomes burnout. And how might I support that conversation? So it's really looking at people's internal dialogue and shifting the energy and the perceptions around that. That's going to not only allow them to know who they are fully as themselves, their identity, right? And creating a new identity if need be that they can be comfortable with and live into and be supported moving forward where they're not looking externally, but they're looking internally first and foremost.
So, can you talk about any success story, like someone you helped?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a young gal, was newly divorced that I was supporting for probably a year and a half, give or take a year and a half. And she was expected to go into, she got divorced and she was expected to go into the family business. And she came to me saying she doesn't feel it. She wasn't aligned with that. She knew there was more to what she wanted and was going to have her bloom what she felt very obligated to her family. And her family was making her bad wrong and guilty, feel guilt because of what she was feeling. We got through a process that allowed her to give herself permission to be herself and her best self and really step into her strengths. And she was able to have the conversation with her family. And she went on to become a VIP of a very affluent company here in the United States. So she's traveling around, she's living the life, and she's still able to raise and spend time with her children. So that was one of my happier success stories because, family has quite the hold on us. A lot of times I know myself included, my dad was going to nursing, get a career and and it wasn't my first passion. I'm glad I did it. It was a great experience, but it wasn't my first passion. And now I'm living my passion. I'm living a life fully, created and it has so much joy in it that it's not a job.
Okay, so for someone who need your help, where can they go and reach out?
So anybody who would like to be supported by me can reach out first off to my website, which is www.tranquil, Tranquil, Solutions.com. That's my website, Tranquil Solutions.
Okay, awesome. So you have 3 books, right?
I have I have 10 collaborative international best-selling books. I
Yeah,
have
okay.
and another one in the works.
Okay, like in your website, I just saw like there is only 3 mentioned.
Oh, okay, I need to update them.
Yeah,
Can't keep
yeah.
up with myself.
Like when you say collaborative author, like you're a best-selling collaborative author, what do you mean by that?
It takes a team, it takes a community. So I wrote a chapter in the book. I wrote one book called Five Ways to Create a Ripple. It's on Amazon right now. And that was pretty much my introductory book and giving people some quick ways and means of stepping into their best selves. And I'm in the process of writing a book, a solo book by myself right now, which is called Spiraling Up, which hopefully will be out by next summer.
Okay, that's awesome. So where
Yeah.
can people go and get that book?
Right now, all the books are
Okay,
on
on the
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, next week. Okay, awesome. So is there anything else that you would like to share?
Well, if you come from expert, or genius talk rather, or genius for me, when you come from a genius space, it's living your truth. Genius, everybody is a genius. Everybody has that within themselves. So for me, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And when you start looking within, the good, the bad, the ugly, and sometimes it's tough to look at the ugly within oneself. But when you look at it and face it, you're able to shift that dialogue. All of a sudden, your true genius starts shining.
Yeah. Like when we change our perspective, we behave in a different way.
Absolutely. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Okay, so it was really nice talking with you.
Well, thank
Thank you for
you.
your time, Karen.
Thank you. I appreciate it greatly.
Awesome.